called it the growth budget, and the centrepiece, as you've described it, is your investment boost policy on capital depreciation. So how much is that going to stimulate economic growth?
Well, Treasury forecast at least 1% over the next 20 years, but most of that front-loaded into the next 5 years. But it will depend on how many people make new investments as a result of this policy. And I've been blown away by the feedback I've already received in the last few days from businesses saying, this is the thing that's going to get me over the line. I'm going to go and buy that new machinery, buy that new equipment. Thank you for this reason to go and invest in the growth of my business. So we're very hopeful for it.
So if you look at that over the next 5 years, the centrepiece of your growth policy is a policy that delivers, according to Treasury's forecasts, 0.1% of GDP growth per year over the next 5 years.
Well, let's be fair to Treasury. They are extremely...
That's what the forecast is.
Well, they're extremely conservative.
OK, so as you say, your official advice from Treasury says there's a high level of uncertainty around that modelling. But again, the centrepiece for your growth budget delivers 0.1% growth over the next 5 years.
We were advised, Jack, that dollar for dollar, bang for buck, this was the most growth-enhancing tax policy we could pursue.
How would it compare to changes to the corporate tax rate?
The advice we received was very straightforward. It said that this is going to be better for growth because instead of rewarding past investments and past profits, it will reward future investment. And two things are expected. One, more investments will happen, which will drive long-run productivity and wage growth. And two, you'll see some people bring forward an investment they might not otherwise have made and benefit from extra cash flow. Extra cash flow equals more ability to pay workers more, equals more activity in the rest of the economy.
So there's no cap on the policy at the moment, right? Which means that overseas corporations can claim it. What is to stop the biggest benefits from this policy going overseas rather than to New Zealand?
Well, that depends on your philosophical outlook, because my view is if an international investor comes in as a result of this policy and decides to build a massive wind farm, yep, that business might profit, but actually New Zealanders will be better off as a consequence. We get more renewable energy, there will be people employed to both construct and run that wind farm, and it will add to regional economic activity. So we're a government that is unashamed about saying we want investment happening in our country, we want it to be domestic, but also some of it will come from overseas.